From a pile of seaweed to a packet of soya sauce, a startup in London has created a plastic alternative from seaweed that's biodegradable and even edible.
These things are made of plastic, they're very easy to litter, whereas one of our sachets is naturally biodegradable in 4 to 6 weeks. And this is all the machines and the equipment that we've developed in-house. We are really at the beginning of something really exciting about a totally new technology.
The biodegradable membrane is made from seaweed farmed in northern France. It's dried and ground down into powder. A secret recipe transforms it into a thick, gloopy fluid which dries to form a plastic-like substance.
This is the liner formulation. First, we pour it with the little metallic casting tool, and then to create the network of the membrane, we spray with a salt, and it's creating a little transparent membrane.
The company shot to fame 5 years ago with water pods that you swallow after use. Now they're exploring other uses for the technology. Seaweed is more eco-friendly than starch-based alternatives, as it doesn't need land or time to grow.
Actually, it's one of the resources that is the most abundant. One of the seaweed that we use, it grows up to 1 meter per day. Could you imagine something growing that fast? You don't need fertilizers, you don't need to put water on it, and it's a resource that we have been using for a long time.
Later this year, Notspla is launching a new line of disposable food containers that are free from synthetic chemicals and covered with a waterproof and greaseproof lining. The cardboard completely decomposes in 3 to 6 weeks, compared to 3 months for untreated cardboard and hundreds of years for cardboard lined with a kind of plastic known as PLA.
What we've done is replace this plastic and the PLA with our natural material, so even if it does enter nature, that it will degrade naturally, just like a piece of fruit or a vegetable.
Notspla's pricing is private, but it sells products wholesale to companies whose customers value their eco-friendly credentials. Single-use plastics are everywhere in our daily life and account for more than half of the 300 million tonnes of plastic made every year. That makes some people sceptical about what kind of impact these small-scale alternatives actually have. Daniel Webb campaigns against plastic waste in Britain. His household waste survey reveals that we're throwing away even more plastic this year than last, and much of it, about 8 million tonnes a year, ends up in the ocean.
Before lockdown, we found out that people were throwing away around 99 pieces of plastic in a single week. During lockdown, we found that 128 pieces of plastic were being thrown away by households in a single week.
Notspla's founders see plastic use as a tough addiction that needs to be broken. They're working on new packets for food and drink, as well as clothes and screws for ready-to-assemble furniture.
It's all about impact. We started this because we wanted to be part of a solution to this plastic crisis. That's the thing that drives all this team. So that's a really exciting problem to work on.
And it's a fitting solution to the world's plastic crisis, creating a plastic alternative from the ocean to help save the ocean.